Hey Pisces, welcome to your weekly reading. This is for the first week of August. We're going to jump right in. I'm going to pull all your cards first. We'll go over everything and then we will clarify everything. And then if we need to clarify the clarifiers, we'll do that too. What do we have for Pisces this week, please? Okay, Pisces. The overall energy for the reading, you have the Six of Cups. This is a card that talks about reconnecting with somebody from your past, or at the very least, um, coming together with somebody who has the feeling of familiarity. This can be a card of reuniting. It's also a card of soulmates, like from a past life, for example. In the recent past, you have the Page of Wands. This is you being very open, very into something, very like, I'm ready for something new. I'm ready to go explore something. I'm ready to see what's going on out here. I don't want to be stuck in the house playing video games while it's raining outside. I'm going out. There's somebody here in your energy, and they have the Three of Swords, which is somebody who's had a tough time. This is somebody who has endured a little bit of pain, a little bit of heartbreak. Um, like I said, we're going to clarify everything. What you want from this person is the Ten of Swords. Now, what does that mean? That could mean that both of you, are feeling some pain right now. Both of you are really hurt over something. It's probably something mutual because you do have the soulmate card here. Um, and you want to heal the pain for them, for yourself, for the whole situation. In the immediate future, you have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is really not somebody who's not backing down from something. It's you standing your ground. It's you standing up for yourself. It's you saying no when you maybe would typically say yes. It's you really defending your values and yourself and what you stand for. What you don't see coming from the bottom of the deck, you have the Ace of Cups. This is a new offer of love. This is somebody saying, um, I have a crush, or I want to start this thing with you. I want to restart this thing with you. It's a new beginning in the love department. Your advice is the Ten of Cups. That's domestic bliss. So let's jump right in. Let's see what the Six of Cups is about for you, Pisces, for the overall energy for the reading. This is really just letting me know that this is somebody who you're very connected to. This could be family. This doesn't have to necessarily be romantic. I'm kind of getting romance here, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. Um, this is somebody who, you could have grown up with this person. At the very least, it's somebody who, when you first met them, you were like, holy crap, we're like very similar. Okay, it's clarified with the Page of Pentacles, the Six of Cups again, and the Page of Swords. Yeah, this is like very, it's giving like, very fresh, very fresh energy with the two pages, almost like, it is something like you met somebody and you were like, it's like we're the same person. You can finish each other's sentences. You have a lot of similar life um, situations. Or an example could be like if you moved from one state to another to go to college, and then from there to another state to start a career. It's like this person had the same trajectory. They went from one state to the next state to the next state. It's almost like you've been following each other around. Um, yeah, that is the overall energy. And with the Page of Swords here and the Page of Pentacles, it's like they could be, you know, they could be really wanting to come in and clear something up with you here. They could also be spying on you a little bit. I don't mean like stalking you. I mean like checking your social media to see what you're up to. If you've been disconnected due to this painful, heartbreaking situation that looks like it's kind of going on. I do see them like really wanting to not disconnect from you in whatever way possible. Let's look at the recent past. Page of Wands here. It's clarified with the Five of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the King of Wands. This is you in the recent past gaining a lot of confidence over something. I feel like there was some sort of misunderstanding or some sort of rift here, a little bit of a disagreement that you are really confident that you were right. You were right about something here. And you were like, I don't know how to argue this with you because it's just so obvious that like you're wrong and I'm right. I don't know what that's about. The Three of Wands is like you, I mean, you have all these, you have four wands here and four cards. That is very passionate, exploratory energy. It's almost like you're saying, I need something more. I need something more passionate here. And there's, you can't convince me otherwise because that's just what I need. I need what I need. Let's look at this person's energy towards you, the Three of Swords. You get the Two of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the Strength card. I think this person, either you walked away from them or they walked away from you. And it's because your needs weren't being met. Somebody's needs here were not being met. And it seems like, there was a lot of kind of going back and forth saying, like, what are the possibilities here? Like, what can we figure out? What can we make happen? How can we make it happen? And it just got to this point where something wasn't happening. Somebody's needs were not being met, like your need for excitement or your need for passion. It just wasn't happening. So somebody here decided that this wasn't serving them anymore. This wasn't the best place for them to be, that they needed to move on. And it wasn't an easy decision. It was like, strength here, this is Leo energy. It's saying like I put a lot of thought into this and it took a lot of courage because a big part of me didn't want to do it, but I felt like I had to in a way. Let's look at what you want from the situation with the Ten of Swords. You have Justice, the Fool, and the Ten of Swords again. I think that you just want some answers. I think that you want clarity, and you're like, I'm fine to move on. I'm fine to go find what's out there for me as well. I am excited to go exploring. I'm excited to take a leap of faith. I'm excited to go and just see what life has to offer. But first, before that, I want to balance this thing out. Like, I don't want to leave this on bad terms. I don't want to have any hard feelings. And I don't want, to look back and have any regrets. Let's look at the Seven of Wands in the immediate future. What are you not backing down from here? Or this could be the other person as well. You have the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. I almost get a sense that one of you is very convinced that this is the relationship for you. Whoever got walked away from here, and when I say walked away from, I mean it's so dramatic. It's just how the card reads. It's like somebody had to take a step back, and whoever that was, the other person on the other end of that is convinced that this is their soulmate, and they're right because it is. But we don't necessarily just have one soulmate, you know, we have many soulmates throughout this life. So I just see one person really not wanting to have this thing fall apart. They really want it to stay together. However, I feel like there's some sort of trust that's been broken here, and that's the issue. It's like whoever walked away got to a point where they just said, like, doesn't matter what happens from here on out, I can't trust the other person. And I don't know, I don't see any reason for that. I just see that that's here. Um, so it seems like in the immediate future, there's kind of like a bid to convince the other that you belong together. And what you don't see coming is the Ace of Cups, a new beginning. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups. You have the Four of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Four of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune is change. You want to turn this around. You want to take a U-turn here, because I feel like you want to make a U-turn here and you want to start this over. And here's here's what's standing in the way of that. Someone here is emotionally detached. The Four of Cups and the Four of Swords, that's somebody who's just like not able to connect in any sort of emotional capacity at the moment. They either feel rejected and ignored, or they feel like they can't pay attention to anybody else at the moment. It's talking about like taking a time out, taking space, tuning everything out, like trying to gather yourself because your emotions are just too much. So you have to shut them off. And once somebody shuts their emotions off, it's very hard to turn them back on. However, I think that there is an attempt here. Let's see why the advice is the Ten of Cups. You get the Knight of Swords, the Tower, and Temperance. The advice here is you can't rush somebody. If this is you, then you know this person can't rush you. If this is not you, you can't rush the other person. They have to come, they have to process things on their own time and in their own way, and then they will eventually return to equilibrium. However, in the meantime, there's nothing that can be done except to balance yourself, whichever one of you this is. You can only really take care of yourselves in moments like this, and it's so hard when you want to also take care of somebody else or take care of the relationship as a whole. It really has to be done separately, and then you guys can come back together, whether that's together in a relationship or just together for this contract, the soulmate contract that's being played out here. I do see you both much happier in the future after there's been healing and after there's been some space. So, Pisces, let's see if we can get anything else for you here. I just want to make sure. Let's need more clarity for Pisces here. Is there anything else for Pisces, please? Pisces, you have love, unconditional love, which I do see. There's a lot of love here. You also have talking, incoming calls, text messages, emails. Awaited news arrives. Girl talk, moving on. Happily single, having fun. Yeah, I just feel like you guys need just to like there's love here. You guys need to take your space and then better times ahead of that. And I don't even really see it necessarily being like I mean, you're both pretty heartbroken here, but there's a lot of like willingness to move forward and to keep living your life. Lightning, sudden change, shocking news. Yeah, I feel like whatever caused this heartbreak here, it was kind of fast. It did happen kind of fast. And it maybe was a little bit sudden. But Pisces, that's what I have for you this week. I hope it resonated. And I will see you next time. Bye.